What's your opinion on us going to the moon?
Yeah,
Did we do that?
I think that we went to the moon, but we lied about it. So I wrote this famous blog that got like 30 million views because I gave a lot of compelling evidence that we did go to the moon, but we lied about it. Why we went there, and we lied about it through the video and the clips and the images.
Because when I look at that video and those clips, I was like, man, this is like a low budget movie.
Yeah, low budget. Well, some of those clips are actually fake, but some and only some are real, and including the one where they have Kubrick. That's not really Kubrick. There's a famous one that's been passed around for a long time that the director's in the scene, and he's like getting harassed by somebody else about making the shot. That's also fake too. That wasn't even Kubrick. But
Had a go-kart up there too, right?
well, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they was playing golf, right? Did you hear the golf ball?
That was yeah, they did that. But a lot of the scenes where they don't have the helmet on, that's shot in Florida, and then somebody used Photoshop to map it into like a moon-like surface, but have them standing outside with no helmets on. I have the original color image.
So we've been there. It's just we lied about
when they sent
to
them,
back it up.
they sent them low lunar orbit missions, satellites, to go check out the moon before they even. This is during the Mercury phases, and they discovered that there was stuff up there that shouldn't be up there. The same kind of stuff they saw on Mars, and the same kind of stuff we see on Earth with these ancient civilizations. They said, "Man, what is this stuff? We need to get our hands on it." Now, instead of telling everybody this stuff was up there, what's the first thing any government wants to do? They want to hide it because why? Because knowledge is power. If they can turn this stuff into technology or weapons, they got the hand up on everybody. So they decided to create this moon mission. The race to the moon was the race to get their hands on this ancient technology between us and Russia. We got there. They brought some of this stuff back with them. And but they showed to you on the screen these crazy scenes and people on ropes and shit. Listen, it was but back then. But if we were in the 70s and the 60s, it looked like real sci-fi.
Yeah, right.
Like this is great. Yeah. But now we know better because we have all this incredible. We have beyond CGI now.
Right.
So it's like that's garbage.
I was looking at
how'd they fall for that?
Yeah, I was looking at these old Superman movies from when I was a kid. I look at them now; they comedies.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, but that's what happened. So, but back then to them, they were like, "Wow!" But
This
for
is
us,
crazy.
we see right through it.
Yeah.
But now, why? So I went to check out this mission called the Clementine mission. That it was a top secret mission that got declassified by the military to do a low lunar orbit and to take images and video. And as soon as I saw the name Clementine, I realized, oh, this thing never came back. Because the song, Clementine, you were, oh, my darling Clementine, you were lost and gone forever. And sure enough, as I got through the document, I got to the point where it never came back. It crashed on the far side of the moon into something they don't know what it was. They knew it was going to hit something. They wanted to get that data. But they transmitted back gigs of images. And in these images, you can see the most craziest anomalies, things that shouldn't be there, things that look like broken down structures, things that look like domes, things that look like some type of vehicles on the surface. What are those things doing there? So I started looking into the far side of the moon and did the astronauts ever report anything? And I got a Freedom of Information Act request on a document, which was the audio and the redacted document itself from NASA that anyone can now download from NASA.gov. And you can hear the astronauts on the far side of the moon. Comms went down. You shouldn't be able to hear anything from them to Earth. So the comms are down, but they're talking, it's being saved on a black box. The black box is recording them saying, somebody's hacked our comms. Can you hear that noise? Can you hear the music? Who's playing music on our comms? Now, there's no way for Earth to communicate with them, and damn sure ain't gonna send them any music. This sound that they were hearing was coming from the surface of the moon. And it was freaking them out because they didn't know what the hell it was. So there's something going on. And then you have the ham radio operator recording when we did land on the moon, and Buzz looks across the crater and he says, oh my God, they're there and they're watching us. They're watching us. And then that was confirmed by, what's this gentleman's name? He worked at NASA, Norman Berggren. Norman Berggren, one of the highest ranked people at NASA, actually started before it was even called NASA, it was called NACA. He wrote a book called The Rings of Saturn. Anyway, he was there inside the command center when this was all happening, and he testified on an actual show that the ship was there, and he said 8 to 10 foot tall black people came out of the ship.
That scared the hell out of me.
That's what he said. He said,
got gang members up there.
And we could, listen, I'm pretty sure this clip's been floating around online for a long time. Yeah. This guy's resume goes from here all the way back to Florida, where I came from. That's how big his resume is. You're talking about one of the top scientists in the world. And, you know, you got to be one of the top to be in a room where it's top secret and to be able to see the moon landing firsthand. And for him to say that, and he said, he was adamant. So they said black people. He said 8 to 10 foot tall black people. They came out of this ship. And it was just, it's weird, blown away. And Norman Berggren. But just what I'm saying is there's a lot of stuff going on that make you go, what the hell happened? Yeah. What really happened? And why is it being covered up? And I really believe that they don't want us to know about these ancient civilizations that were not only global on the planet, but interplanetary.
Right.
And the ancient texts talk about this war that extended from Earth to the moon all the way to Mars. And Mars, as you know, is the god of war. I got the clip of there he goes, right there. That's him, and that's the actual interview.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
well, what?
They say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Huge cigar-shaped ship appeared over the Air Force base. These cigar-shaped
I don't know what that is, but yeah. That's how he.
So he called them. He said they were people. He said they were actually black.
Black.
Yeah.
He said black.
Like black people are really like dark brown.
Yeah, right. So they were black. Wherever they were black.
What's this? What is going on, Joe?
That was Saturn right there.
But anyway, so you see, everything I'm telling you, you can always look it up.
Yeah.
But so what I'm saying is, I believe that we did go to the moon, but there's a lot more to the story. And this is the reason for showing a lot of the fake footage to the general population.
They had to fake it because of what they found.
Because of what they found. China made a big mistake that really confirmed what I thought. So China sent a rover to the moon about maybe 7 years ago. The rover got caught up in debris and they were never able to retrieve it. It got stuck there, but it sent back live footage of it being stuck in this debris, debris that wasn't left by us because they landed in an area we weren't in. So who put this debris on the moon? See? So there's a lot going on up there. It's going to take some time for a human race to general civilization, the population of Earth to really find out what's really going on. But because they want to monetize, capitalize, and hide, and hide everything from us so that we don't really have the information, because it would destroy a lot of our systems on Earth.
Yeah, put a lot of people out of work.
Oh man, instantly, instantly. They forget about that job. And don't drop that sermon next weekend.
Yeah. What do you think about these people who think the Earth is flat?
Oh man. They just really need to study science. I have empathy for them,
Yeah, because you can't just keep walking and you just fall off of Earth.
Yeah. They just need to really study the basic science. They don't understand inertia and velocity, two basic principles in science. I mean, if you get in a car and a fly gets in the car with you and you take off and you're driving 60 miles an hour on the highway, you can see the fly flying around in the car. How come it's not stuck to the back window?
Right.
Because the fly has picked up inertia and velocity as you're moving. The fly is because it was sitting on top of the window or sitting on the seat, and now it's taken off, but it's moving at a velocity. When you get into a car accident, like I was in, which destroyed this eye right here, so I got this big thing over this eye. It was a reconstructed eyelid. You get into a car accident, I went through the windshield. Why did I go through the windshield when the car hit the other car? Inertia. I should have just stayed in my seat if it didn't exist. So they don't understand those basic principles, so they kind of try to say, well, how come we're spinning at how come people stand on Earth if it's spinning at 18,000 miles an hour? Okay, well,
Right.
Standing on it.
We're standing on it.
Hey, what's the actor's name? He's a real good actor, light-skinned dude. He said, how can 1 + 1 = 2? Terrence Howard,
yeah.
but 1 × 1 doesn't equal 2.
Right. I had Terrence Howard on my podcast about maybe 3 months ago now.
Yeah.
So he's really talking metaphorically. He's talking metaphorically. He's talking about where we're saying science and mathematics is one way, but we're not being courageous enough to explore other angles of the science and the mathematics.
Right.
We're saying what they've given us is it, and that's the end-all, be-all. What he's saying is, no, we're here to stretch the limits and break it if we can, so we can find new levels of science and mathematics, which he has done with his tangential flight, which I'm going to help him develop his very first flight vehicle. We're working on that project right now. And this science that he's got, from my opinion, is real. And we're going to prove it by making one of these flight vehicles. And we hope to release it probably by August of this year.
Wow.
Yeah. There'll be a small device, but using the principles that he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know it sounds weird and crazy at first, but the thing about Terrence, he's a genius. And so, but sometimes he doesn't have he's not the greatest at sometimes explaining himself a little bit deeper.
He's limited.
So what happens is people are trying to pick up on, he's so deep. So he's saying something, he's expecting them to get it sometimes.
Right.
But it's really deeper than what he's saying on the surface.
Right.
And me now being able to have some good conversations with him, and the guy's a genius, man. He's an absolute genius. This guy's got who was the first scientist with a degrry? They didn't have a degree.
Right.
They had to teach somebody else, but they had to break all kind of rules and laws, and they had to go against the grain, and they had to come up with these theories that people were going against, and maybe want to burn him at the stake. He's in that mode right now. So right now, mainstream science was to burn him at the virtual stake for what he's saying.
Yeah, they was burning him on the internet.
I was burning him.
Right. He was on Joe Rogan, right? He had a Jew on now.
And that guy attacked him like crazy. What I didn't like was Joe Rogan didn't even organize the conversation.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like how Joe Rogan allowed this white guy, to abuse him and belittle him on the actual podcast. And you're supposed to be like a moderator and be there guiding the conversation a little bit. You're not supposed to be there allowing the bullying and even participating, in my opinion, in some ways in the bullying and not letting him finish his statements. The thing with him is you have to have patience when he talks. So when I talk to him, I let him talk. I let him get to his epiphany moment. They never let him get to his epiphany moment on these podcasts. I gave him the ability to get, when he gets to his epiphany moment, you go, oh, I get it now. But he's only given broken sentences, and now the whole world only hears broken sentences and never gets to see what he's really trying to say, the depth of what he's trying to say and teach.
Yeah.
So I let him get to his epiphany moments.
Yeah. What does he say? 1 times 1. Is that was the argument, right?
That was the argument. 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Yeah.
In what universe is 1 times 1 equals 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole argument.
Yeah, that was the argument. Yeah. But what they didn't allow him to say was what he was really trying to say, the deeper meaning behind it. And it's unfortunate, but he went through that on quite a few podcasts. But when he came on my podcast, I let him talk and speak, and he made a lot of sense. And the people really said, "Oh my goodness!" You can read the comments. It's like, "Wow, now we understand a lot better." So but the man is an absolute genius. I'm just telling you, he's a genius, man.
Yeah,
He's a
when you
genius.
think about it, I mean, we was kind of arguing about it, and we did a video on it. I deleted it. I said everybody's gonna call me stupid. But okay, like addition and subtraction have its own set of rules. Then multiplication has its own set of rules.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking at 1. That's 1 right there.
Yeah.
Right. Times it by 1.
Get your other bottle.
Right. Times it by 1.
And you get 1 again.
And you get 1 again.
Yeah.
But then I know people's gonna be making fun of me right now,
I
saying,
Yeah, what my teacher told me in school was 1 times 1. He said you conflate an addition with multiplication. He said 1 times 1 means you eat 1 apple once a day. It's not like addition.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 times 2 is 4. Why can't 1 times 1 be 2?
Right.
Here's our new giveaway. Get out of the way. Woo! That's beautiful, right? Dodge Challenger. Hellcat. Look at the tires. It's a V50 in this. It's supercharged. Wide body, it means it grabs the road. You can't flip this. Look how sexy this car is. You can look like Stephen Hawking and still pick up a chick in this car. Go to officialhodgetwins.com. Anything you buy on the site gets you automatic. Enter the win.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah.